decided I'm going to kind of mix it all up and do a semi on the go, so a fairly quick makeup routine. So not the quickest, I do have a quicker version than this and I'll explain it as I go, but if you want to look slightly glamorous but not put a shit ton of effort in, this is what I'm going to show you. And I'll probably use some eyeshadows as well from the Storm palette. So first of all, I take the Botanicals Moroccan Rose Superfood Facial Oil. This stuff is amazing, and then I just take some of that and use it as a facial oil, moisturiser, and it does act as a primer as well. So we'll just put that everywhere. It does go to a nice tacky finish. It does feel just like it should do really, and it soaks in so fast. Like you have to work with it super fast and get it right in there. It's snowing. Come on, spring, where you at? I hate this weather so much. So it's like soaked all in now. It's super like tacky. Can you see that? Got all red. This stuff smells delicious and it's going down so fast. It's so annoying. So it is a little bit of a primer. You are going to let that sit in as well for about 15 minutes. But when you're on the go, like we are, we don't have time for that. So I'm just picking up my Blur Perfecting Primer by Garnier, and I just squeeze a little bit of that on my fingers and put it where I want a bit more blurring effect. So under the eye bags is where you live. I take some on the nose because I've got quite a bit of texture, push it into the smile lines, and I just use the rest sparingly, pushing it right in. I start to get bags like serious creases, and oh my god, and my battery is like half life, so oh my god, this is seriously like a fast quick one. Okay, let's go. So I've been mixing two foundations lately. The two foundations that I absolutely hate on their own, like I despise them, but mixing them together, I don't know why, I really like it. It's like a full coverage, very matte, lasts a while. So I mix these two. I hate them, like literally hate them on their own. I cannot stand them. So in the Dream Velvet, I have 21 Nude, which is way too dark for me. And in the Infallible Matte, I have Yellow Vanilla, which is a little too light. So they make quite a nice colour. Still can be a little bit too dark, but I can always lighten it up with facial powder. So quick, like this is a fight. We need to go. I hate feeling rushed though, I really hate it. So it's like quite a thick consistency, can you see that? Very full coverage. It's quite pinky tone, which I hate, but it works when you use powder. So like, this is quick, this is like a rush. Should have timed it. So just putting it everywhere on the face. I should have put my hair up. I'm not rushing, by the way, like I have nothing to do today, but you get the gist of this video. So I like to take my Sports FX brush, which needs a wash, and I just blend him in roughly. Don't matter, I have a beauty blender to make sure there's no streaks or anything, but this is a very quick, very efficient way of getting the foundation all over, and I love it. I used to hate brushes though, but I love this. I'm not rushing. I feel like I am, and it's making me on edge. Does anybody else hate that when you're rushing and it puts you on edge and you do everything wrong? Like everything. I even put this on my eyeballs. It makes quite a nice base. Don't forget to blend up there. Look how quick and effortless that is. I've still got product on my hand. So we're just going to use that. Any areas that you can see your skin through, or if you've got any problem areas, any spotties or anything. And then with a little bit that's remaining, I kind of just drag it under the jaw to make sure that we have no lines. And then I go ahead and just blend that in with my damp beauty blender. just to make sure everything is a little bit nice and flawless. You can be really fast with this, you don't have to fanny about. Get it right up into the creases. Oh, goodness. I have half a camera life. This is crazy. This is like real time. I'm not cutting anything out. This is real fast. I may have to do a makeup look, like a more intense one on a different video. This is just going to be a very quick on the go makeup type eye makeup look, so it's not going to be anything crazy or anything that's like, whoa, that looks good. Okay, so everything's all blended the best that I can get it blended in the allotted time that I have. You see this coverage is just lovely, and you can still see my skin. It's not like it looks fake or anything, but it's a nice colour and it's very, very matte, which I really like with the foundation. So, right, okay, next step, concealer. Oh, greasy. So I have the anti-age eye eraser by Maybelline. Got the shade is a little bit too dark, but I have to make it work. So I am talking in between, so don't forget that it's not real time, because when you're doing it yourself you don't sit and chat a day to yourself. Well, I do, but I don't show anybody my makeup. Oh, hair. So I just make it under my eyes and drag it down, and then I put it down the centre of my nose for a little highlight, on the chin, I sometimes just put it here, gives it extra bit of coverage, and then I do like a random beautiful flower budding on there. That's all I do for my highlight. You don't have to be quick. I mean, oh my goodness, you don't have to be perfect, that's it. And then we just use the tip of the beauty blender and squish him in. I've got something in my eye and it's really bugging me. So this has took me like 7 minutes. Yeah, this would normally take me about 5. But because I've been talking to you and showing you items and things, it's dragged on a little bit. So let's just say we're at 5 minutes right now. Say we have 15 minutes to get ready. This is the way to go. Okay, that's all blended in. Nice, fast, and pushed into the skin. Extra coverage, you know, it looks nice. So when I'm being quick, I don't use loose powder because it can take the absolute piss to sort out. So lately I have been using this one, Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, and it is translucent white, which I like. And I take a big fluffy brush and I first off push that under the eye as if we are baking or using loose powder. I do that first and I use quite a lot of product there. And it just sort of, I don't know, you can see the difference slightly. Looks more mattified, looks a little bit less textured. Okay. Oh, my eye, I have something in it. Then I just dust it everywhere, just for a little bit of extra and to keep the foundation in place all day. I don't like to get coloured powders because I think it can actually change the colour of your foundation, and sometimes you don't want that. So translucent powder, it doesn't make you pale or anything even though it's white. It just literally, it's a translucent, no colour to it. It just goes over the top. If it did lighten my foundation up, that'd be fine though, because I always have a little bit too dark of a foundation because I don't like to admit how pale I am. So I'm just going to push that into the nose creases because that's where I break up first, and into the laughter lines because I do a lot of laughing, and just a little bit in that bit that we blended underneath. So that's me powdered. Quick, done, no messing around with any loose powder. What is next? So if I have a little bit of extra time on my hands, I'll be using my, I love Maybelline Master Strobing Stick. I would take that, I'm going to do it You can do it quite fast, and even though I've powdered and it's like a whole diversity about using like these sort of sticks over powder, what I do is I just tap it in. I don't rub it because that can disrupt the powders and leave you looking patchy and nasty. I just like to pat the product over the top of my bone, my cheekbone, that's the one, and it just places a small amount onto the skin without dragging, without, you know, spreading it around. It just pats it in, and I just take it up to the brow bone to make it look like we have a little bit of a bone issue going on here, because you know I don't. And that's all I do with that. You can see it leaves a little bit of a shine, nothing too vigorous. I don't even bother blending it. So what I do next is I go in with my bronzer, which I seem to have forgotten. We got so NYC Smooth Skin Sunny. Always use this bronzer. I hit pan, and I do need to get another one or a dupe or something similar. So I always start just above the, just where my ear meets my head. I always put the product there first and work down. This is just to bronze up the skin, to give it a bit of dimension. Where you place the product first, it's where it will grab onto the product the most. So you always want to put it at the edges of your face rather than in the centre, because it can look a little bit muddy. Goddamn hair, get out of my way. Look at me being professional. And then I just kind of blend it up onto the forehead, around the perimeters of the face. I take a little bit there as well, because I've got a round face and it is quite wide. You put darker colours on the outside to draw the eye in. It's just like contouring with powders. It's not science or anything. Then I take it along the jawline just to give it a little bit of dimension. So this is just to warm up the face, give a little bit something. So this side is plain, this side has a little something. Again, this is like an on-the-go makeup, so it's not something that I'll be doing like if I'm going to a nice meal or if I'm going out. I don't know, I don't really go out, so but do you know what I mean? This is more of a quick makeup for work, for daytime, if I've got to go somewhere, if I'm going to the cinema or something. It's nothing that's going to be like, oh girl, you look good. This is just a natural type of makeup. So just following the same steps on this side of the face. Again, I'm not contoured or anything, it's just to warm up the face a little bit, add dimension. It's like a 3, round, round and round. That's the bronzing done. Looks quite nice and natural. If you do want to take the bronzer a little step further, take your powder or any loose powder and use the edge of your beauty blender or Real Technique sponge, dab it in and just carve out underneath. It kind of gives a sort of a line. This powder don't really work very well with this. You can see what I'm doing though here, right? It's better with loose powder to do that. But that is like an easy way of slight contouring, if you get my drift. So carrying on with highlight now. I have a new highlighter. I mix this because it's very, very gold. So Revolution, is it Makeup Revolution? Yeah, London Strobe highlighter. It's very gold. It's great if you've got a tan or dark foundation. But I'm quite pale today, so I do mix it with, my Get Gorgeous. I can never get in this. It's crazy. My Get Gorgeous normal standard sort of pearl one. I like to mix them together. Let me get the brush. I use this sort of angled brush here. You can use whatever type brush you want, fan brush, whatever. So I take this one first. Oh my god. And I just copy where I put the strobing stick, and I just dust that over. And up there as well. You see it a little bit? Do the same on the other side. I like to do my blush a second at the minute because sometimes you can get quite a harsh line from the highlight, and blush just blends it in a little bit better and it doesn't look as sort of like So Then I take a little bit of this and squeeze the bristles together and place it down at the centre of my nose. And then on the button itself, some people put it on the cupid's bow and on the chin. It's up to you if you want to do that. Then I take the beautiful gold one. It's quite pigmented, so I just take a little bit and just that over the top again. Kind of just makes it, I don't know, I just like gold. It's your preference though, totally your preference on what you do for your highlight. Ooh, gold girl. And do the same steps with the nose, cupid's bow, a little on the chin. Highlighter done. Nothing crazy, just done. So blush, I grab my brush, and at the minute I don't have a decent colour blusher, so I've been dipping into an eyeshadow palette, and I've been taking this one, which is not pigmented at all, and I mix it with this orange colour, so it just looks like a nice rosy. I start very lightly on the apples and blending backwards. I don't use a lot of product for this, always tapping off excess, and it just adds a little bit of colour, makes you look a little bit more alive. I've been feeling blusher lately, makes me look like I'm all flustered, and I don't know, I just like it, so I've been layering that on quite a lot. See that little pop colour? Yeah, I like that. So that's the face done. So go ahead and do your eyebrows. Eyebrows are your own preference, however you want to do them. I'm going to quickly go put them on off camera because that is the most time consuming thing for me, is doing my eyebrows. So I typically do them either the night before with my, what's it called, Wonder Brow. I do that at night if I'm in a busy day, and then I just put some like quick lines through at the front and make sure the tail's strong. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. So eyebrows are on. If you do want me to do a video on how I do my eyebrows, then let me know and I'll get on that for you. So eye makeup, my quick snappy eye makeup. Sorry, let's have a look. I'm going to use the Sleek palette because I promised that I would. So if you haven't seen my glossy box video, then this Sleek palette is I Divine mineral based eyeshadow palette, and it has names in it. Storm. So that's how we are doing it today. So these are my essential brushes that I use every day, the ones that I literally use all the time. So I pick up my short stippling type fluffy brush, if that's a thing. It's short, the bristles are close together, but it's very fluffy and nice on the end. It's not all like, it's like real nice and fluffy bristles. It's not hard. And I'll take my transition shade first, which is this one. It has to be matte. There's no point putting a shimmer as a transition shade. It does not work. So, can you see alright? Do you want me to come in closer? Oh my god, my camera's like on 0. Then we just dust that in the crease with soft circular motions upwards. Can you hear the wind out there? Sorry, I had a burp. We've got like crazy weather today. So a transition shade is just a nice neutral shade that helps with the blending if you do have any other colours to blend. If not, it just adds a little bit dimension in the crease. And I don't know, I could just stick with this and mascara and I'm done. So pretty much finished with that one. Then I'll take a nice sort of neutrally colour. I can't explain what that is. It's like neutrally pinky, it's like a highlighter colour. I'll just take that on my finger and I'll place that on the lid. Just a little bit of shimmer. And if I've got any time left now, I will just take a darker colour, so say this brown one here, and I just build on the outer corners. If I have no time for that, then I won't bother. So I'll leave it at that, and that'll be my eyeshadow base is done. What I'll do next, curl my eyelashes. And I will put a primer on, then a mascara on. I'm going to skip those steps because you know how to put primer and mascara on, surely. I'll come back with that on and then we'll just go ahead and do our lips. So just throw my mascara on, top and bottom lashes, nothing crazy or anything. I'm just going to quickly finish off the eye look with using a little bit of highlighter on the inner corners. Just opens the eye up, gives it a little bit of something extra. It just really, I don't know, it really transforms your eye makeup. I don't know what it is. And lastly, I just throw on some Vaseline, some rosy, it's like a pinky Vaseline if I'm on the go. I don't feel like having matte all the time on my lips. So, especially in this weather, I like to put a little bit of this on. It gives it a little bit of colour, moisture, and it's just nice to throw in your bag or in your coat pocket or something, and you can just keep reapplying when you need it. It just looks nice, it looks healthy, and it looks sort of like natural, glowy. It just looks really nice. So this is the finished look. Very quick, very simple. I'll give you a close-up of my skin. A little fallout from my mascara here. So that's it. How natural and nice does this look like? It's just really nice, quick, simple. So if I was to do that myself, it would take me about 13 minutes to 15 minutes. That's quite quick because normally it would take me about an hour to do a full face, maybe an hour and a half. What you guys don't see is I do sometimes edit the footage of me doing a video and speed bits up, cut little boring bits out like blending. So this is not been edited or anything like that. Obviously I did my mascara off camera and my eyebrows because you guys know how to do that, and my battery was dying. But all in all, it took me 5 minutes and about 3 minutes. So yeah, I'd say about 15 minutes all in all, maybe 20. But that's fast if you're getting ready for work in the morning, or if you've just got to throw something on and go. 20 minutes tops to do your makeup to look like this. Not too bad, not too shabby, I don't think. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, please leave me a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. I have much more content to come out, do all sorts. So thank you for watching. Take care of yourself, guys. Any questions, comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.